Hello everyone and welcome to a cool and gloomy Dunsfold aerodrome here with Praga Motorcars. These guys have launched their Praga Bohema and behind me are not one but three new customer cars. Now one of these, the green one, is guaranteed to be coming on our rally in America, the Outrun Rally, which is today's sponsor. We are very excited to be seeing them, but Praga have invited me down here to experience the Bohema at, well, the place of all places, Dunsfold Aerodrome, and we've got a rather special driver with us as well, none other than Ben Collins, the Stig himself. But ironically, we've actually driven this car before, but I lost the footage because this was actually one of the first videos on the Hypercar hunt. So today, I've got people who won't lose the footage, hopefully, I'm looking at you, and we shall hopefully have a really great day. So let's go have a poke and a prod. 115 years ago, Praga started building vehicles, and in November 22, they designed this, the Praga Bohema, powered by a Nissan GTR V6 weighing less than a ton. Today we're at Dunsfold, and I am finally getting my hands on one of possibly the most crazy hypercars to ever have a set of number plates. That's right, this has number plates. So without further ado, let's take a walk around. Bolted to the rear of the car, we have the 700 horsepower twin-turbo V6 out of a Nissan GTR. Bolted to that, we have a 6-speed Hewland sequential gearbox, and put it all together, somehow, you've got all that power with all those gears and a car that still weighs less than a ton. Now, I keep highlighting this because a lot of people, including me, would get caught up with the fact that it only has 700 horsepower, not 1,000. But there's a secret to tell you. I've driven this car already. I've driven this car a few weeks ago, but unfortunately, the footage got deleted. So very kindly, we were invited back here, and I can confirm this car is terrifying. And yes, it has just been raining, and somehow, luckily, I've driven the track before, I have to drive this and not die. So yeah. The exhaust tips on this thing are based off a fighter jet quite clearly, as you can tell, but what I love is not only are the tips based like a jet, if you look in between under this grating, you can also see it continues all the way through to the engine. The design principle of the Bohema was to be aerodynamic and fast, and you can tell because it has aerodynamics. 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 Aerodynamic. Cool. A wing so nice, they put it on twice. All of these aerodynamics means one thing. At 250 kilometers an hour, this car is producing 900 kgs of downforce. That means this car is nearly 1-to-1. Now that's pretty crazy. Equally as crazy is the fact that Praga has already delivered a customer car in fully exposed carbon. And it is no easy job to do fully exposed carbon, because when you're making the designs, you lay the external layer on first and then all the other layers on backwards. So basically at the end of it, you only find out once the panel's completed if it's good. And let me just say one thing, the weave on this is enough to make Pagani jealous. Getting in and out of the car looks like no easy feat, but this is carbon fibre, so reluctantly I'm going to sit on this and do as they tell me to do, which is swing both of my legs in, comme ça, and then once you're in like this, you just simply, allegedly, slide down. That really wasn't as hard as it looked. I'm rather impressed. Now, talking about cool features, look at this. Removable steering wheel. Not just removable steering wheel, but it also has a paddle clutch. So it means you can move off using a clutch. But actually, this isn't a production variant, this is a test car. So on the production car, you can actually fold this away. So it means it automatically does it for you. Pretty cool. But let's whack this on and talk about some of the coolest features inside the car. Praga has achieved something not many can. They have combined Formula One with fighter jets. Not only does this cockpit look and feel like a fighter jet, it also has some rather cool features, such as these red toggles which undo the door latch, the start, stop and an ignition button on the roof, and then for the Formula One bits, you've got twisty knobs on your steering wheel, you've got a paddle clutch, you've got indicators on the steering wheel, a very cool MFD, multifunctional display, and then in order to adjust your mirrors, you've got a touchpad just down here. But I know what you're probably thinking. What about sat-nav? How can you see where you're going? Well, in the air vent, you pull this out and up, and all of a sudden you have a phone holder. Because let's face it, there is no better map than Waze or Google Maps. And iPhones and Androids keep updating, so might as well just use that. Now, in order to get out, I must remove the steering wheel without hitting myself in the gentleman's sausage. Not always the easiest thing. There we go, that's done. And then you do the process in reverse. I don't think this is going to be quite as elegant, but we will give it a go. They've done cutouts in the floor in order to slide yourself up, and then one arm here. Actually, you know what? That's really not too bad at all. Considering this is basically an LMP car, I may not be a gymnast, but I got out of it without killing myself. Now, it has come the time where I get behind the wheel of the Praga Bohema. First of all, though, we're going to take my Mercedes for a quick few sighting laps to remember how to drive a car properly. And then, once I've driven the Praga, we're going to be taken out by a man who, well, some say he lives in a house somewhere in the grass over there. Others say he's driven around here once or twice. All I know is his name rhymes with Ben Jollins. Welcome to Dunsfold Aerodrome then. The last time we were here, we were in a Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute. Significantly faster, significantly angrier. But, as I know this track quite well and we're, well, about to hop in a full-blown race car, there is a part of me that wonders if I should try and have a little bit of fun, safely, on a circuit that permits it. Well, I think if we just turn this to Sport Plus, hold this button down, we can have a little bit of fun. So without further ado, let's see if I've still got it. So, turns out I do. You've actually got a lot of visibility through the car. This round curved cockpit usually can be quite tricky, but actually on this car it's been nicely designed with very thin A-pillars in order to give you great visibility, and those gorgeous wing mirrors aren't just for show, they're also very visible. So, here we go then. She's got all the grip. Really feel the mechanical grip there, and then we open her up. 200 kilometers an hour in just braking fourth. What a remarkable machine, built by some very, very remarkable people. This car sets records. I've only been in it for one lap and I'm already feeling at home with the way that the aero and the mechanical grip come in, the suspension setup, gorgeous. And this is not a smooth track, not one bit. There should be some understeer at that speed. Oh! Sensational. After speaking with one of the owners, he's done about 10 track days in the car. I can see why you would. I'm already starting to sweat. I've only done 2 laps. there you have it then. Me driving the Praga Bohema. So there you have it. Admittedly, we did run out of time, but unfortunately that was out of my hands. As this is a customer day, there was a lot going on, and unfortunately, I was in fact faster than the Stig because he was too much of a girl to even drive me in this car. They just left the professional to do the job for them. So there you go. I would usually give a normal outro, but as everyone's been saying, me saying cheers is too much like Shmee, I'll end it my own way.